That was not the right way to do that at all. Oh. Private laugh. I don't know why I said that like Troy Baker.
Except the void made it easy with the glowing key, too.
There is a little bit of kind of like I'm so clever writing in this game, but I mean I don't hold that against the game at all. Like I'm not like, oh, you know, glowing key, glowing whatever, you know, I don't know, because like, you know, the game is like it displays itself as snarky in that way, so like I'm not as mad at like snarkier kind of writing MCU, like it's not MCU style. Where it's like, we're expecting you to take this, like, you know, we're expecting you to take kind of our playing with conventions deadly seriously, but we're still going to, you know, go in and do this. Like, it's very clear that the game is like, we have a heart as a key, we have these types of things that are structured.
The heart slap in my pocket barely registers. Blame the pills or the adrenaline. It feels vague and like it's not good.
Though they do have a little fun thing where they're like, yeah, the heart's alive, though. Good rule of thumb in this game, you're able to very easily kind of tell that you've killed an enemy once they start jerking up like that. That's something you can use for bullet time and for other stuff.
My life is a series of elevators. Problem is, they're always going down.
What floor would you like to go to, sir?
Penthouse. Speaking of, you have a way to leave this elevator when we get up there?
Well, no, sir. I have to stay at my post.
Alright then. Here's a tip.
Wowzers! 50 whole dollars?
Don't get too excited, kid. After what happens next, there's a good chance you won't be able to spend it. Means you're gonna die, kid.
Oh no!
Seal the deal. And once you seal it once, you can't rip up the packaging. Not without violating the return policy. It's one of those stupid little things you gotta use the scissors and it doesn't quite seal back up again and you can use tape.
But I think he gets it. I think he understands. But yeah, very similar to kind of like Lords and Ladies and all the other little fake TV shows that existed in Max Payne. Ironically as well, I mean, I don't know if people have noticed this, but, you know, we have, like, a lot of kind of similarities to, you know, kind of, I guess, like, not similarities is a strong word, but, you know, you have, like, kind of those, some conventions pulled from Control as well. Like, there's definitely a multitude of influences, you know, with the big titles and kind of just the, you know, in, like, I swear I know what that's called, but it's like impossible space, that's what it's called. Like, the use of impossible space is definitely something that is, you know, people would recognize from that as well. Overall, just a lot of good things here. And we got the trip hop back in, too. Collecting now.
I feel like I should have had a speech prepared.
Oh, hi. That's the work you want, honestly. Just make sure that there's a good supply of ammo. I'm not going to waste these pills, so I'll pick them up too. And we can keep moving. Oh! Enemies in this game kind of move a little weird. Like, it feels like they're kind of, like, set up to both kind of move in a specific type of way, but they're also set up to, I'll use this door. They're set, like, once they're triggered, they're set to kind of turn around and, like, loop around in a circle like that. Like, they don't necessarily have, like, a particular kind of thing. My lord. Is it really? I didn't know that, actually. That tracks, given how kind of DIY the first Max Payne is.
Oh, it's just safe. Just have to make my way through it.
You say hostage is a save, pal.
Your turn. Truth or dare?
Truth.
Why did you stay after I told you?
I also really like this older stuff. The how all of the older dialogue kind of comes out like this.
And of course, I would stay.
For a reason you'll see in just a bit.
Who am I to tell the universe that it's wrong?
Yeah, when are those DLCs coming out, by the way?
Wait, did I say something wrong?
No, it's just... It's an interesting turn of phrase. I'm going to think over that.
I feel like I messed up.
I think what's nuts is, like, these conversations feel so real and so distant from the way that these types of things are, you know?
Tell me the truth about it's a loophole.
No.
It's a legitimate loophole.
Like, it feels like, oh, it's a, you know, this is a relationship. This is the way that people would talk.
With your little truth dare.
Why did you come back?
And then it's, well,
To Transylvania and the castle.
And then he's just like, yeah, no,
This isn't where you grew up.
you are a
lost
vampire.
everything.
You lived in
What does this place have
Transylvania.
for you?
Well, it's mine. Maybe the only thing I have left.
Sorry. If I'm going to get to the bottom, which is presumably where this is all coming from, I need to remember some things. Once upon a time, Dracule's name was Janet Drake.
I think it's interesting that, like, even when they do some of the flashback stuff, they still are, like, past Dracula as opposed to referring to her as, you know, Janet Drake in all of the past stuff. We'll get to that in a bit, though. That'll be kind of something that'll be interesting to mention and explore as we get a bit further. But this game makes no bones about, like, Dracula being a vampire, which is, like, I mean, I know we have the joke, basically, but it's, like, literally, it's like, hey, like, he kind of got it. It's just the fact that he's like, well, she's gonna try and do all this is, like, the big surprise for him, I suppose. Less of a surprise for us. No!
Look at stalls.
Can you clean? I know these dudes don't wipe. I don't know why I said that.
Worshipped in here. I appreciate the offerings left behind.
If I remember correctly, we're pretty close to the introduction of a new enemy type. Yep.
Despite the blood dripping from
Right
his
as I
jaws,
say
don't think
that.
thing is going to wait around for long.
Me stupidly. Let's go in there. Let's do that. No. Oops. I do like how sick you can look when you're laying on the ground like that.
We're all gonna
Just
die.
keep shooting. Keep doing crazy stuff. Just act up a little bit.
Man, it's not here.
I know. Yeah, from here. Oh! He got a little close to me. These guys are pretty tough, actually, because of the way that they move around. They can flank you pretty easy, and in addition, their launch is a bit less predictable. It's not like the normal enemies where you can kind of be like, okay, they're all gonna group together, they're all gonna run at me. And these guys are lower to the ground too, which means they can play around with you in different ways. Also, as well, audio thing. If you're too far away from the enemies to be able to hear their little growl, you just won't hear it, unfortunately. I hope that that's something that's fixed. I mean, obviously, it's like it'd be weird to be able to hear a growling monster from like 50 meters away, basically, but like maybe there's some level of kind of turning up the enemy audio that can happen in order to make sure that yeah, we're not running into situations like that. Anyway, through here.
Just twisting and twisting.
Hold, please. Hey, alright. I am curious, like, about what the fan art game for this game is, you know? Like, what... I've seen, I think in the Steam kind of community thing, like, there's some fan art, but, like... Obviously, because I'm not on Twitter very regular, like, I didn't really kind of, like, look in and see, okay, are people actually kind of, like... I feel like a lot of people will be into Dracula for a number of reasons, is all I'm saying. She,
Nice barricade. Not much.
Do your best, bud. We got all day. Alright. Oh, this is kind of cool. The, mixture of, like, the bathrooms being stacked up there. I remember the impossible space getting, oh! That was real bad for him! I mean, honestly, who among us wouldn't date a vampire? Obviously, there's the things that we'll find out a little bit later about kind of how this ends up going for the two of them, but you know, as far as kind of a thing, like, you know, it seems like their relationship is very nice, you know? It's very nice and very good, and even though they have to kill each other now, you know, there's not a lot going on, you know? You heard what I said. I'm not gonna say it again. You can draw the little Skibbity Rizzler or whatever its name is, you know. That was not the right way to do that at all. Oh. Oh, okay. Again, like, I'm definitely, I could swear he only did the demo. Like, I remember him saying that he did the demo. I don't remember him kind of saying, like, oh, you know, but that means I will do the full game. But I know that the demo was played, absolutely. But I also did see, like, in my little Steam friend thing, because Grandpa and I are friends, we're friends on Steam, that he has played this game before. So I don't know if it's just like he, you know, wanted to stream it and then, you know, maybe kind of like come back after he's played it, like what I did basically. Because let's be honest, if I played this game when I first launched it, when I first bought it as like a stream, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have been very frustrated to start.
I think I saw a werewolf in that fucking bathroom.
Oh my god, I forgot this is my favorite. That's my favorite cutscene. I think they actually explained that that was why they put like a theater mode in this game. Like, or that was kind of like the thing that they were like, yeah, no, that's our big... That was their big kind of like sell for the theater mode. You know, like they were like, yeah, like in case you really want to know about that werewolf in that bathroom again, like this is your way of knowing that basically. So that's like the thing there. The Grim Reaper? This the Chicago Grim Reaper.
It's got an obsession.
This is also kind of a fun thing that James starts doing here. He starts kind of like trying to actively figure out the world that he's in. And by doing that, he starts like talking to it and starts trying like talking through it basically. I feel like that's like something a lot of people would do in a situation like this. They're like, oh, here's some crazy unexplained thing. Well, you know, oh, why are you doing this? How are you how are you kind of like approaching this basically? Let's figure it out together, you know? Again, listen to those little bleeps.
Nice ammo.
The Grip Reaper. Who's that? I'd like to meet them. Need to know what's going on with that, you know? Oh. This can be a little tricky sometimes, being able to kind of figure out some of these enemies that are in these weird spaces here. That's why you gotta use the shotgun pretty liberally here. Oh, that's a big door. Jeez. But, here we go.
God, is this actually from the 20s? I haven't handled one of these outside of the museum.
So this, honestly, to me, is like the main replacement for the pistols. Like, the pistols are good if you run out of ammo with the Strikebreaker. Strikebreaker is a crazy name, by the way, for a Tommy gun, I will say. But, you know, if you, once you get this, like, it pretty much replaces your need for the dual pistols. I'm looking for something in particular here, by the way. So if you see me kind of like looping around or backtracking a bit, just know that I am, I'm doing it for a purpose. Also, always reload your guns when you're in like a middle kind of section, because with no auto reload, you've got a lot going on. I will say that for my money, like the best guns to use with bullet time are the Strikebreaker and the Uzi when you get it. Like if you're the type who likes to do a little bit of running action and just do stuff like that, running, rolling, it's pretty versatile. Oh, whoops. Unless, you know, an enemy bites you in the back. The snack that smiles back. Werewolves. So yeah, if you see me using this a lot, just know that's that's by design. Also, like, yeah, it's why I tend not to break structures like that if they're that impressive, because I'm always thinking about it, you know. Can't get out of my head on it. The Chicago Grim Reaper is a meme as well, though. Like, there's like this picture of this like little child just standing there, and it's just like, yeah, this the Chicago Grim Reaper. I also know of it because there's like a what do you call it? K-pop meme of Johnny from NCT, where they put him, they had him in a suit and he's staring at the screen, and it's like, this is the Chicago Grim Reaper. Look out for that one. Oh, hello.
Janet, you do much fencing?
Not particularly. Why do you ask?
I just noticed the way you walk into a room. In fencing, you're taught a foot position, way of angling your body that minimizes your surface
God,
area.
this
Angles you can be attacked from.
over-educated asshole
That
here.
is an intense observation to make about a new acquaintance, Mr. Savage. Why, have you done much fencing?
Finally.
Finally.
Been stabbed a few times, though.
Finally, someone asked me about fencing. Also, like, again, man is bragging crazy. He's like, yeah, I've been stabbed. Do you want to fuck?
Only one guy. Okay, I should go back to that far.
I mean, honestly, if you've been stabbed, or if you've been stabbed or like bodily harmed in some way, I feel like that's a good way to, like, you know, get somebody to give you props, you know? I should pretend that I've been stabbed, you know? No, I'm kidding. I imagine that, you know, people will be able to tell, right?
The lights killing off hostages before I get a chance to save them.
Oops. My bad. I could have healed in the middle of that as opposed to doing whatever it was I thought I was doing. I don't know why the music didn't stop like it usually does there. Maybe it's because I'm moving too quick. Or maybe because they don't expect people to die in this particular section. And that's exactly what I did. I will say about the mummies, they do have a very interesting sort of like kind of alternating pattern. Like them, they do leave out of the way of bullets pretty well.
They're incompetent. Either way, it's one last chance to disrupt Taco's ritual.
We got it. Aperture. Aperture science. Okay. I thought about it and then I gave up on it right in the middle. Like I was like, yeah. But yeah, aperture more like photographs.
Oh, shit. Take a look at little soldier boy flexing his gun. Spammer tagging members of his convoy.
I like how he kind of is just like, he gives up on even trying to, like, he's just like, yup, here we go. This is the second rap. If I remember correctly, the soundtrack for this game is divided into the lyrical tracks and then the instrumental tracks.
To get things done.
I will say I do like this one because of the samples. I'm a fiend for very weird samples in
Here's a real
songs.
high-class politician. Every photograph is perfect, not a single hair is missing. But at night, Bible boy gets freaky. Post online that I want a girl to hit me. With a wink, you can say that you'll oblige. Get the dollar bills up front, play the perfect role online. Got it all on deck. Boys compliment. Now you're in the center, so the hypocrite can hide then.
I don't know why I said it like that.
Bitch, they can't even handle an individual action once they're served in a platter. It says you're battered like halibut. How the fuck did they think they could be expected to manage?
The big boy didn't even come out of the door. Oh, yeah, this is fun.
World was ending.
The coolest thing about this game is like there's only a few kind of like actual like unique level setups. But it's like they find a good way to be able to pull the space together in so many cool ways. The colors and kind of the crossovers and just the way that all of that works is like very. Oh, I thought it was gonna fall off there. I never fall off.
It's breaking linear space. This flooding of power.
A healthy computer is a strong computer.
Wait, you're back. Shit.
It's interesting because he starts off kind of being like, oh, you know, you're back? And then later on, there's a little bit more kind of malice to it. Explained through the story, of course. Very nice.
Couldn't hold more if I tried.
I don't know if you can save that guy, actually. Even if you want to, even if you're trying to save characters, like...
There's heaven, there's hell, there's us. And then, in between it all, there's this thin bubble filled with things that hate you. The forces beyond. That's the door that Darkle is opening right now. To get back the power she's owed. We can't travel through the bubble. It'd be even more suicidal than what we're already doing. So I'm stuck with the elevator, going where the void lets me. Floor by
What
floor.
I also really like about this game is that there's an explanation
It's
for
only going to
everything.
get worse from here.
Oh.
And why do I feel so fucking good?
Like, even stuff that's kind of like structured in a way that doesn't feel like it needs explaining, it still kind of goes and explains it. I'm a big fan of that. In we go.
More diving. If I wasn't gonna die after all this, I might be worried about my knees.
And now it's time to enter a brand new level setup. I really like this song too. There's a lot of really... Oh, my bad. Sorry, dude. I didn't know you were vibing in there. There's a lot of really good instrumental tracks in this. I really do like the rap in here too, but like sometimes I'm like, Like the instrumentals especially, like I'm like the distinctive trip hop choices. How many times can I say trip hop? Count along with us. Nah, that's enough out of that, you. Oh! Shut up. Oh, that's his accent. Okay. I was like, maybe there's something to read there.
Holy shit, the Void's really smashing stuff together.
If you're not doing impossible space like this game, you're not doing impossible space right. Where else can you find a crypt next to
Nice.
a hotel bed? Nowhere. And that's a problem. We need to fix that. I'm not canceling my dives as soon as I want to, actually. I'm realizing that that's a problem with my dives.
Bathroom like a baby. Smells about the same too.
No pills. Obviously this game is linear, but like the way that it does kind of like, you know, give you like these really cool ways of being able to see, you know, all this space, like it doesn't bother me as much. Like when people get mad at kind of linear level design, it's because it's like flat and uninteresting levels. And that's the main reason to get mad at kind of stuff like that. Like, I hear people talk about, like, what was it, Final Fantasy 13 or something, where it's like most of the levels are just hallways going into hallways. And it's like, yeah, no, like, obviously if your game is linear and it's not like an open world experience for that specific reason,
Doesn't seem like the Void to put all of its eggs in one basket.
then, you know, it makes sense that it's going to bug people, right? But there's a big difference between, you know, something that's just regular walls and regular stuff like that, and then hotels and, you know, like all this stuff kind of just being mashed together and presented in the way that it's being presented. So keep that in mind. There's also quite a few of these wolves here, so I need to be careful. Good news is I can kind of group some of these mummies together a little bit more. See you later, suckers! Oh, whoops. My bad.
I think I get it. I'm looking at the end of the world with a lightness in my chest. Because I can finally know. Do you know how hard it is? Living good. Dying good is a moment. You do something, you bleed your goodness onto the universal ledger. You're a good person. You know you're a good person. Anyone can die good. I'm doing it. Living good is forever. That's how it feels. Yes to the right things, no to the wrong things. Day after day, choices reinforced bit by painstaking bit. It's like chiseling your soul into a new shape. It's fucking slow. But here we are. At a hole in the fabric of everything that is. A hole I get to close. I don't have to wake up tomorrow and wonder if I'm going to do the right thing again. James Savage, drug addict, gets to die good. What a mercy.